Well, hey guys, it is Mr. Galleon. This is the second of the two answering your question videos, and there may be more to come because more questions have been coming in. So we're gonna see what we can do. I have not really. I mean, I've looked at these, but I haven't really prepared an answer because I think a lot of you enjoy the spontaneity of my responses and how goofy and I don't know, maybe honest they are. So I'm going to look at these. I'm going to take them in no particular order, except that there are a few that didn't get on my COVID-19 video that are kind of silly, but they're about COVID. So, I'll answer that first. So the first one says this. If the coronavirus suddenly mutated and became far more deadly, resulting in the collapse of society, would I be prepared to survive? And I think we all know what the answer is, which is probably not. I'm not especially worried about the collapse of society. I think we're going to see some problems in the days to come that maybe we didn't anticipate, but I don't think it's going to be quite societal collapse level. I hope. If I'm wrong, it's okay. Whatever. It is what it is. So if that happens and you have a little bit of extra deer meat, come on by the house, shoot me an email. I would love to take it off your hands so I can feed myself and my family because I got nothing. All right, so the first question is maybe the one you were looking forward to the most because I mentioned it in the other video, and that is, if I could be any Disney princess, who would I be? That question completely threw me for a loop because I was like, how am I supposed to answer this? I don't know. But as I got to thinking about it, I said, well, first of all, none is if that's a okay answer. And then I said, well, maybe Ariel, the reason being that she is my daughter's favorite Disney princess. And so if I got to be a Disney princess, which, I guess that's the rules of the question, I want my daughter to like me the best. So let's go with that. The best I got. I don't know. All right. What's been my favorite and least favorite activity during quarantine? Well, this one is interesting. I love hanging out with my family. Clearly, but that's like what we do. We play board games together, which I like. Trying to teach my kids some new ones is great. I've really enjoyed reading some more. Like I love to read, but you know how it just gets busy and you don't have time to do it? I've had a little bit more time, although school has kept me pretty busy and senior project is about to start. So I'm going to get even busier grading those. That's going to be crazy. I love playing video games, but and watching movies. But something I've noticed, and maybe you have too, is that it's kind of hard to enjoy things as much as I did before. Like if this was just spring break and I was staying home, all those things would be great. But right now, there's this like kind of in the back of my mind, there's this there's concern about what's going to happen next and how long are we going to be stuck at home and are my kids going to be okay? Is this going to impact their schooling and their development as people? And, are we going to, is the school going to have to cut our pay and all this kind of stuff, which I don't have answers to any of that stuff. And so, I'll be sitting there playing some video game and in the back of my mind, I'm like, what about my job? So I don't know. There you have it. Yeah. Somebody asked me if I've watched The Thing yet, and if not, why. I have not. I don't really have a good reason as to why. I think I have too many other things that I really want to watch on the front burner. And like that's there, but there are some other things. Also, my wife would not go for The Thing. Okay. I don't think a lot of John Carpenter would work well for her. So I don't know. There you go. Maybe I'll get around to it though. I know this is Diego ask that. See if I can get to you. Okay. Have I started any new hobbies since the quarantine began? I kind of mentioned before that I'm really busy right now with the things I have going on. Oops, just covered up the camera. Pretty busy with school stuff right now and hanging out with the kids and all that, trying to keep them educated. I would love to start some new hobbies. Gardening is something we're thinking about. We just weeded a bunch of stuff. So maybe. And then I know this person also said, if you haven't, maybe try model making. I haven't made models in years. It's been a really long time. This would be a good time to get back into that though. If I need some more hobbies, I'll do some model making and maybe I'll email you. I know who that was. Let's see. If I was given $1 million, what would you do with it? Well, this is something I've thought about a lot. And, as with everything, the coronavirus has kind of made me think about this. Right now, if I had $1 million, honestly, I'd give some of it to my parents because I know my folks just lost some money in the stock market when it went. I'd help them out. I would make sure that my kids had a college fund that was totally ready to go. I'd pay off the house so we didn't have any debt. And then I'd probably put it in some kind of a investment thing to make sure we were fine. Because believe it or not, $1 million doesn't last that long. I know it's super boring and like old person of me to say I'd invest it, but I'd put it in something so when I retire, I actually have lots and lots of money, and that's great. And yeah, I'd probably go somewhere too, but right now you can't go anywhere. So yeah, what am I supposed to say, right? Yeah. How's quarantine going for me and my family? Well, for the most part, it's okay because we like going places, but we're also very comfortable being home too. But like I said, in the back of my mind, knowing that there's all this stuff that's out there and going on and uncertainty, it's kind of hard to really enjoy it as much as I should. The kids are doing pretty well. The last couple days, they've started to get at each other's throats a little more. Greenville County had their spring break this last week, and that was rough because they weren't doing schoolwork. They were just kind of hanging out. So I'm looking forward to that. But we're getting along well. School's going pretty well. I mean, with you guys, it's not the same. I don't think it's as quality as it should, but hey, we can all be excited about the fact that the EOC is canceled. So there's that. Okay, if there was one thing I could do at the moment of reading this, what would it be outside of school? Well, I'm not going to say school. Come on, I love school, but like that's my job. That's not what I do for fun normally. Okay, maybe sometimes it is. If I could do anything right now, I'd hop in the car and I'd take my family to Disney World right now. Like we had a Disney World trip, I think most of you guys know, was planned the very first week that we were out. It was spring break. But Disney World closed that week, and it also didn't seem to be safe to go to Disney World that week. So my kids were pretty disappointed about that. But it was the right call, and I'm glad we didn't go. But if I could do anything, I'd go right now. Let's see here. How was my day? My day was fine. And it's better because I decided I'm going to try this week to mostly stay off of social media. I'm not going to check the news too much because that gets in my head. And I want to enjoy my family. I want to enjoy my kids. I want to, get my stuff done for y'all. So there you go. And then I think I answered this on the other video, but in case you didn't watch the other video, you probably care about this one. And that is, do I think we're going to go back to school this year? And the answer is, I don't really know. What I do know is, so Trump released a thing that's the blueprint for reopening America, and he says there are 3 phases. The first phase happens after you've had declining deaths and COVID cases identified over a 2-week period. And when that first wave happens, you still don't open up school. You open up some things, but not school. Well, we're still not on the decline. We're still on the incline, so probably not. We're in the second wave of openings, which means we would have to have a decline in deaths and in new cases over 2 weeks. Now, here's the thing. We have a federal system of government, which means that really Trump can recommend that, but it's our governor, Henry McMaster, who actually decides, do we reopen or do we not reopen? So he doesn't have to follow that blueprint at all. If he does, we won't reopen. But if not, we'll see. And now, we could reopen for like a week at the very end, I guess, if we did have 4 weeks of continual decline starting right now. But at this point, that doesn't seem super likely. But maybe I'm wrong. So y'all, I wish we could be back together, but I wish we could be back together safe. I know I say this all the time, but I miss you guys. School isn't school without my students, okay? Like, we can do all the online stuff we want to, but until we're actually there together, we're talking, we're working, I'm answering your questions in real time, it's just not the same. So, I miss you guys. I really do. I know I say this and it sounds cheesy, but I love you guys. I hope you're being safe. I hope you're well. I hope your families are well too. I'm going to leave the form thing open so you can ask me more questions. I'll check it periodically and maybe I'll answer some more questions. Okay. There is another video if you haven't watched it yet. It's the one about the coronavirus questions. So check it out if you have questions about that, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. Take care. See you guys soon.